Chapter 3, Case Study, Karen's Kitchen. Karen's Kitchen, a small catering business, uses a spreadsheet to record the hours worked by staff for June 2009. Karen Parsons, the owner, has asked you to do some analysis on the data for her. Save the spreadsheet in the appropriate location. Save it as MATST, Chapter 3, Spreadsheet, Case Study, Karen's Kitchen, Answer. So, File, Save As. Go to the appropriate location and save it as it asks you to save it. I like to have the spreadsheet instructions on the left and the spreadsheet on the right so I can do it as I go along. So view, new window, view, arrange all and vertical. Spreadsheet on the right, instructions on the left. So here we go. In the worksheet called June Hours, use the lookup function on the person's name, data to fill in column E with the wage rate for the person using information from the wage rate worksheet. So this is where I want to put in the information, the person's wage rate. So that's on this spreadsheet here. So I need to make sure I highlight this data. As it's going in columns, it will be VLOOKUP. So I'm going to go to Formula, FX function, VLOOKUP. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a sheesh. Where am I looking for it? In the wage rate. So I'm going to highlight the data. Do not forget to put your dollar signs in. And as I want the wage rate, which is in column 2, I'll be putting column 2 and exact for false there. So let's put the dollar sign in. I want column 2 and I want exact. So I'm going to press false. Ashish, does he get 1450? Yes, he does. So I know that's correct. So I can flash fill by going to the corner, double click. I want to check, does Karen get £17? Yes, she does. So I know that formula is 100% correct. Retitle column E and call it wage rate. So I'm just going to double click and call it what I need to, press enter. Remove for or check for and remove duplicates in the wages, enter the number found in H1. Duplicates is in data, data tools, remove duplicates. As you can see, as long as I'm on the table, it will highlight everything and I'm not touching anything because I want it to remove the rows of any duplicates. So I'm going to click OK, said it found 2. So I'm going to type that in H1 and that question's done. Use column F to calculate the wage rate multiplied by hours to give you the gross wage. So equals open brackets, number of hours D2 multiplied the wage rate E2, close bracket and enter. Check it on your calculator. If you're happy, flash fill. It's now saying format the wage rate and the gross wage to currency pound sign in 2 decimal places. I'm going to highlight wage rate and gross, control shift down so it highlights everything for me. Right click, format cells. I want it to be currency 2 decimal places and a pound sign. So OK, and that one's done. It's saying rework sheet 3 gross pay. So there's sheet 3. I'm going to double click, call it gross pay and enter. It's saying use sum if and the information from June hours worksheet to calculate the gross pay for each employee. Insert total in A11 and calculate total gross pay in B11. So total, so I don't forget, and I want to add this all up so I can go to formulas, sum, and then highlight. So automatically do that so I know that's done. And now I need to do the sum if function. So I'm going to double click on sum if so I get the function of the formula come up. I now want to do the sum if formula. So range is where am I looking for it? Well, I'm looking in June and I'm looking at the person's name. So I'm going to click there, control shift, arrow down. Don't forget to put your dollar signs because you want it to stay stagnant. Otherwise, when you replicate down, it will change. What is it that you're looking for? Well, I'm looking for Karen Parsons. And what is it that I want to add up? Well, it's back on June hours. And I want to add up the gross wage. So Control Shift arrow down. And I'm going to put my dollar signs in again. So when I replicate down, it will take. And I'm going to press enter. And there we have it. You can check it. And if you're happy, replicate down. Insert a 2D pie chart showing the gross paid by person. Resize it so all the key is invisible. So I'm going to highlight the data now. As you can see, I'm not including total because that will distort the chart. I'm going to go to insert and I want a 2D pie chart. So I'm going to go to pie and 2D. That's my chart done. I need to show the gross pay by person, which it is, so the key is clearly visible. I need to insert a title, gross pay per employee for June. So double click or go to your add element and type in the title. And now it's saying use data labels on the outside edge to show gross pay for each employee. So I'm going to click on the chart. I'm going to go to chart design, add elements, data labels, more data labels. Just show you how that looks because this is in the way. So chart, data labels, more data labels. And as I want value, which is there, show the gross pay, yep, value for each person, it's there. And I want it on the outside, so I'm going to click there, so it's nice and around. And I'm going to make it a little bit bigger so everything fits nicely. Always on the corners, and then I can move it where I want it to be. You've got your answers here so you can check to see if you've done it correctly or not. And there you have it. This task is now complete.